Today marks 1,000 days since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That country is now using U.S.-made long-range missiles to attack inside Russia. And that is prompting warnings of a nuclear response from Vladimir Putin. Tonight, Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst has an exclusive interview with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy.
As we prepare to board President Zelensky's train to head to the Donbass region, we just got news that the United States has approved Ukraine's use of ATACMS long-range missiles into Russian territory.
But I think the broader question is, what has isolation done to Russia over the past 2.5 years? Right now, President Zelenskyy is meeting with the 25th Brigade in Pokrovsk. We can see screens here that show Ukrainian drones in the distance, trying to figure out exactly where the Russian advance is happening. The Russians have been trying to take this city for the past 8 months, and so far, they've been unsuccessful.
Mr. President, nice to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what message you're delivering to these soldiers on the front lines here?
It's for today, it's very important Soldiers' Day in Ukraine, and for me, it was very important to be on the front line, very closely to the front, yes, in our city, Pokrovsk.
We'll continue the conversation on the train later on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
President Zelenskyy, thank you for speaking with Fox News.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Fox News, that you are here.
Today, you and I visited the eastern front lines. Your soldiers are currently repelling Russian attacks at multiple different locations. It's been 1,000 days since the invasion began. How would you describe the current state of the war?
Very difficult period. Really, sometimes we compare, is it the most difficulties or not? I think the most difficult was the first days of the war, because we've been, circle of Russian troops was around the capital, and mostly Ukraine was occupied. Not all our country, but everybody didn't know what will be. Yes, I think that was the most difficult period. But now, this period, this moment depends, I think, on our unity in Ukraine. And I think that what is very dangerous if we will lose unity in Europe, and what is most important, unity between Ukraine and the United States.
Last week, you criticized German Chancellor Olaf Scholz for speaking on the phone with Russian President Putin. Why?
I knew that he'd make a call. We had a meeting and he told me that he is going to. And I told him that, according to my opinion, that is really a Pandora's box. Putin's isolation is also the pressure against him. We fight not only by weapons, as you properly said, by diplomacy. Diplomacy is so important, and only diplomacy can end this war.
But, sir, how can you have diplomacy without talking?
No, we're talking. But after you know what will be soon. What Chancellor got after phone call? Nothing new.
And so your position right now is that Western leaders should not be speaking with Putin?
Intelligence of Western leaders, they had contact on the level of intelligence during this war with Russian side. They had a lot. Europe, United States, everybody they had. But it was not, against the political isolation of Putin. It was on the level of intelligence. Why? Because you have not recognized Putin as the president, because he is a killer. Otherwise, you will destroy this isolation, political isolation.
Isn't Putin the only one who can make the decision to end this war?
I'm sure that as of today, it depends on Putin, really a lot. He can do that. He can be willing and end this war. But it also depends on the United States of America much more. Putin is weaker than the United States of America. The President of the United States of America has the strength and authorities and the weapons, and he can decrease the price for the energy resources. By the way, I heard this signal from the media from President Trump, that he is thinking to decrease the price for energy sources, for oil, and it is needed to be done.
Are you hopeful that President-elect Trump will be able to influence Putin to end the war?
It will be not simple, but I think if to use all the issues what United States has, yes, he can, because he is much more stronger than Putin. He's stronger, United States stronger, economy stronger, money, big money. United States has very big influence.
I want to ask you about some comments you made regarding possible negotiations last week. You said the U.S. can't force you to sit at the negotiating table. What if the U.S. government cuts military funding to Ukraine?
If they will cut, I think we will lose. Of course, anyway, we will stay, we will fight. We have our production, but it's not enough to prevail, and I think it's not enough to survive. But that will be, if such choice will be American choice, so we will decide what we will have to do.
As President Volodymyr Zelenskyy lays out his case for more weapons and air defense, tonight air raid sirens were sounding across the Ukrainian capital as Russia launched new attacks. Brett?
Nice job, Trey. Trey Yingst in Kyiv. Thank you.